Hello, 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 it's Neil. How are you? Well, one of the questions I get asked a lot is what type of company should I set up? Now, I'm setting up a company. Should I set up as a sole trader? Should I set up as a partnership? Or should I set up as a limited company? Well, those are three types of company you can set up as. There are others, but the others are more geared around specialist vehicles. So you're doing a particular type of work or a particular type of job or a particular type of partnership. So the three that most people know about and most people think about when they're coming to do this are those three: the sole trader, the partnership, and the limited company. So I'm going to touch on each of those and give you a little bit of scenario around each and hopefully give you an insight to help you make your mind up for when your time has come to create your business. So let's start with the sole trader. So the sole trader is effectively a single man or woman person that has set up in business and is just working by themselves for themselves most of the time. So that might be, for example, a plumber. Let's have a plumber who is just going and he's installing bathrooms and repairing other plumbing faults around homes and buildings. So in that scenario, it would just be that person, him, her, and they would just be looking after that type of business. They would be invoicing and being paid themselves. Now, you can set up your sole trader business as your own name, but trade as something else. So, for example, I might go and I might register with HMRC as Neil Stewart, and that's my business. But I might trade as a different name. So, for example, I might trade as bathrooms and plumbing repairs. So, effectively, my full title is Neil Stewart, trading as bathrooms and plumbing repairs. Now, as long as that's unique, I can register and I can use that. I can be trading as whoever I want because Neil Stewart at Bathrooms and Plumbing Repairs is a unique name. Nobody else has that name in that way. I could, for example, say I want to go and set up as Wimpy Homes. I could be Neil Stewart trading as Wimpy Homes. Now, Wimpy Homes probably wouldn't like that and will probably ask me to remove that name from my trading as. But on my van as a plumber, I would probably have on my van bathrooms and household repairs or bathrooms and plumbing repairs so that that's all I need on there. On my paperwork, it might say bathrooms and plumbing repairs from Neil Stewart. As long as I've got those somewhere around and it's incorporated somewhere, I can go ahead and do that. Now, what are the financial challenges here with a sole trader? As a sole trader, you personally are responsible for everything. So let's have a scenario here. My bathrooms and plumbing services, I've installed 12 bathrooms in the last 12 weeks. I've been really, really popular. I've smashed it. I've got every week I've been installing a new bathroom for 12 different clients, which is brilliant. I've been really, really smashing it there. Now, for that, I would have had an account, a trade account with a supplier who supplies my bathrooms and my paint and decorating things like that, whatever it is I need. So my supplier, in this case, has given me 90 days credit. So I can go and order a bathroom, get it delivered, and I don't have to pay the supplier for 90 days. Perfect. That's an ideal scenario. But let's say something like the pandemic has just happened. And all the 12 bathrooms that I've just done in the last 12 weeks, every one of those people have had real challenges. Some have lost their jobs, some have got no money, all sorts of things have gone wrong, and they can't pay me. I've got 12 weeks of work which I can't get paid for. Now, I've had no money come in, which means I've also got 12 bathrooms that I need to pay the supplier for. Now, I don't have that money to pay the supplier unless I'm assuming that I don't have any savings or anything that I can offset that with and pay the supplier back and take a loss. In fact, I'm in a terrible situation here. I've got 12 lots of bathrooms which I've ordered from a supplier and I've no way to pay them. The supplier gets a bit fed up with me and decides he's going to take me to court. Takes me to court and he gets something um, against me. So he gets something from a county court judgment, which is a CCA, no, sorry, CCJ, sorry, against me. And basically that CCJ means in the future, I have got all sorts of trouble if I want to raise any finance in any way. If I wanted a new credit card, if I wanted to get a new car, but buy it on a pay monthly scenario, any of those kind of things will have an effect on me. That company that I owe the money to, I will also have a big problem there, because now that they've got a CCJ against me, they can come after my personal assets. So that could be my home, my car, if I've got expensive watches or paintings or something that's worth a lot of money, they can literally come and enforce me to either sell those items, take them off me and sell the items, or they can put them to auction to get their money back, to pay themselves back. So effectively, that's the one thing about sole trader, is that anything that I do that causes a problem or I get financial problems means that everything I own can get taken into consideration. On the other financial side, as tax side of things, your own personal tax has to have your company's in and outs. So you must submit a personal tax return every year showing what you've earned, what you haven't earned, coming in and going out. Now, there are lots of great reasons to be a sole trader. If you've got a very simple business and you're not having trouble with this, or you manage your business really well, and you don't have 12 weeks of suppliers' invoices to pay, and you've managed it in a certain way that you make sure you've got enough money in each time to pay those bills, then there's no real need to worry about anything. But what about limited companies? So limited companies is exactly that. A limited company means you have limited liabilities. You've got to set up a company. Now, there are lots of rules around limited companies, and there are certain documents you have to have in place. There are certain registrations you have to have in place. On the tax side of things and the account side of things, you must submit a set of some company accounts every year, which is normally done by your accountant, which could be an extra cost. It's also something that there's documents have to be in place, shareholders, and also you have to have a director. It allows you a bit of flexibility there, because you can have multiple shareholders and you can have multiple directors on the company, depending on how you want to do it. The best thing about the limited company is exactly that. It's limited liability. Now, in the scenario I just mentioned, where I'm a plumber, but I've got a limited company and I've gone off and I've done these bathrooms, and through no fault of my own, I've not been paid. Now, if the company comes after me, the supplier company comes after me for the debts, they will come after the company. They won't come after me. They can't come after me. They come after the company. And they get a county order against my company saying, you owe me this money. Now, the only money they can get from me is anything that the company owns, like whatever's in the company bank account. If the company owns buildings, or if the company owns vans or cars, etc., then they can do the same thing. They can enforce an enforcement notice on me to sell them, or to they can seize them and put them into auction, etc. However, if my company doesn't own its own building and it's leased, has cars that are leased, and there is not much money in the bank account, then that's the limit of where they can go. Yes, I, as a company director and shareholder, will have the CCJ or sanctions against me, saying I can never own another business for the next 5 years or so. I can't be a shareholder director in a business, and there may be some adverse credit for me. But that's what limited companies do for you, and that's how they protect you from that scenario. Only if you don't knowingly put yourself in a bad situation. Now, if you, for example, in that situation, after 3 or 4 bathrooms, realize that you're not going to be able to pay for them, then carry on ordering, then you knowingly put yourself in that situation, and then that limited company protection goes away, and they can come back after you for your own personal assets. If you did something illegally, or you were behaving illegally, then that again can negate that limited company protection. There's more costs involved in running a limited company, and as I said, there are more documents that have to be submitted every year to Companies House and being created. So that's limited companies. For partnerships, partnerships really are just sole traders getting together. So multiple sole traders getting together, creating a partnership, and they still do their tax returns in the same way, their own personal tax returns. The company does, distributes the money in the right way. What you must do in all of these scenarios, except for obviously the sole trader, for the limited company and the partnership, is you must have partnership agreements or documents in a limited company that specify how everything's going to work, what partner, what shareholder, who's getting what all the responsibilities are, to protect everybody in that limited company or the partnership. So hopefully that's given you a little insight into limited companies, partnerships, and sole traders. If you wanted to chat any more, then get in touch on the website and come and have a chat with me, see if I can help you Remember, I am not a financial advisor. I can't give you tax advice. I can't give you financial advice. All I can do is tell you the way that I do things and point you in the right direction to get a professional to help you out. You must get a professional to help you in these situations. Anyway, good luck. Take care. Speak to you soon.